Welcome back to the channel, guys. It is me, AD744. So today, guys, we'll do a match review for Barca versus Porto. I enjoy my Mats. Mats and I is going to break down this match for you guys, and I want to know what you guys think in the comments below. Remember, guys, to subscribe to both of our channels, which I'll leave a link in the description below. Of course, like this video as well. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started. So we're going to start first with the permutations, how this is going to work. So we're 4 match days in, 2 match days to go. And we're going to discuss how each team could qualify for the round of 16. So let's start first that we expect Shakhtar to beat Antwerp, right? Right, Mats?
Yes.
Yeah, I expect to see. So if Shakhtar do win, puts them on 9 points. Now, because remember, guys, that's actually the early kickoff. Okay? Barca versus Porto will be the late kickoff. If Barca win that game, then I think they qualify to the round of 16 with 12 points because Shakhtar can get 12 maximum. Porto can get 12, and Barca would have a better head-to-head because they won both games against Porto, right? So they'll be assured a spot. Now, if it ends in a draw, I think it's still in Barca's. A draw doesn't it keeps everything the same, to be honest, and it goes down to final match day where you would probably expect both Barca and Porto to win the final match day games. Now, if Barca loses game, Barca would be on 9 points, Porto would be on 12, and Porto would actually have a 3-point gap against us where basically if Porto would probably top the group at this rate. So basically a loss for us is really bad. So it makes things interesting, man. It's I've heard some of the Barca management say that this could be a make or break for Xavi. If Xavi doesn't win this game or doesn't get a result here, he may potentially get sacked. So there have been some rumors coming out in the media, and I did hear that. I was looking at the stuff before the game. Joao Cancelo said this game is a must-win. It's like a final for us. So, yeah, man. What's your thoughts on this group, man, Mats? I want to hear from your perspective.
Well, it is looking like a 3-horse race at the moment. I expect Shakhtar Donetsk to win that game against Royal Antwerp. This other game, it's a funny fixture because I think it's a must-win for Porto if they want to top the group. Which,
yes,
if I'm honest, I think Porto should go for it. Not be in a way that makes them open and expansive, but getting the win, that's important. But Barcelona might need the win more from the point of view of getting through, maybe, depending on how Shakhtar Donetsk do. But if the game's a draw, then Barcelona have the Royal Antwerp game, which they should win. I think Barcelona should be fine regardless of the result. If Porto were to lose, then well, Barcelona still have to play Royal Antwerp away, which they lost at home to Shakhtar and Porto and conceded 7 goals in total for both. For Porto, if they do lose, then at least they've got a home game against Shakhtar and the better head-to-head as things stand.
Yeah. I mean, for me, Matt's even if it gets second place, I would still say it's a disappointment. It would still be bad because considering this is like a pretty favorable group for us, we shouldn't be coming second. We should be coming first. Obviously, I wouldn't be too fussed with second. Obviously, I'd rather take second than third. And if we get third, Xavi has to go. Xavi has to be sacked on the spot if we get third in this group. No questions asked. I don't care whatsoever. There is no excuses. And if that happens, I might have to give up watching Barca in the Champions League. So it's gonna be bad. So I think basically for Barca to not qualify, we'd basically have to lose both games, I think. And we'd have to and Shakhtar would have to get, I think, 4 points. Because even if we actually lose both games and Shakhtar only just win against Antwerp, we would technically still have the better goal difference, I would imagine, because Shakhtar is on -1, we're on 6. So I don't think Shakhtar will overcome our 6-goal difference. And remember, head-to-head is even. Because head-to-head is even, it comes out goal difference and tiebreaker. So basically, for us to get grouped is very, very difficult. And there is very, it'd be very hard to not qualify. It's a lot easier to qualify than not qualify. Do you agree, Mats?
Yeah.
So, yeah, anyways, I just wanted to touch upon the permutations real quick. Now we're going to get to the actual game itself. So let me actually pull up the flip mob here. So this is the predicted 11 for both teams here. So I'm going to start first with Barca. This is a decent 11, I suppose. Remember, Gavi's injured. He's going to be out for the remainder of the season. And Ter Stegen, we don't know if he's going to be back in time for this game. We don't know if he's going to be back. So that's touch and go. Everyone else is pretty much confirmed. And yeah, so for me, for Barca, we have to start in the game the best way possible. I really don't want to see Barca try to go in this game with like allowing Porto to dominate us, and then we actually take the initiative when Porto actually score against us. Because as I said before, it's not sustainable. You can't always come back in every game, right? So what if Porto score at the last minute, right? Then we won't be able to respond, right? So we need to actually try to take the initiative to try to win this game. We shouldn't be aiming to get a draw in this game. Because when you aim for a draw, you generally lose, right? We need to aim to win this game, right? Because like I said, we're at home, man, for this game. I know we're not really at the camp now, but we're like still at home. This is our temporary home stadium. So, I just think for Barca, we have to show that some urgency. We have to show up, and it's a huge game, man, for Barca, man. It's a huge game. So I think Barca will approach this game with possession. We're gonna try to hit them on the possession based. We may see some counterattacks from Barca because, to be fair, I feel like Barca kind of did play more counterattack against Porto and the reverse fixture, at least in the second half. So it's going to be interesting. But I think we're going to take the initiative since we're at home for this game. I don't think we'll be defensive or pragmatic. I think we'll have the front foot. So what do you think, Mats, for Porto? How do you think Porto will set up, and what do you think this 11? Are you happy with 11?
I think from a formation point of view, it's fairly 50-50 whether they go for a 4-4-2 or a 4-3-3, because they went with a 4-3-3 in the reverse game and managed to be the better team in some aspects. So, and in general from that game, Conceição has to identify which things worked well and is worth bringing to this reverse fixture. When I look at the 4-4-2, I'm wondering if that does kind of suit. That does it or does it not really suit Porto against Barca? So do see the second choice left back. He's not great defensively, or he's not always the fastest in recovering, which is a worry. So there is definitely question marks whether it's going to be a free man midfield to contest what Barca have, or the 4, which I don't think whoever's playing out wide, I don't think will be playing as full swingers at all. I do expect Porto to be more pragmatic than Barcelona. I would expect Varela and Estaquio to be sitting back, and their attacking contributions are more the passing rather than bringing the ball forward. And Pepe, which I didn't expect to be in the squad, I think he'll be doing the aerial duels with Lewandowski. And the fact that it's likely to be a new goalkeeper, even though I thought he had a decent game, judging by the highlights on the weekend. Will it be that'll be an incentive to test him more? But if I was to say I guess it would be fairly pragmatic 4-3-3, but not parking the bus.
Yeah, I feel like Porto will try to hit us in the counter attack. I feel like you guys will do that in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's interesting. As for Barca, what I'm really concerned with this game is I feel like the physicality is something I'm kind of a little worried with, is because as I was kind of watching the game against Rival, kind of saw some of the highlights. De Jong was getting pressed, and I feel like Porto might have the physicality aspect. I mean, I think Porto are they are physical, right?
Sometimes, yeah.
So I feel like De Jong could be pressed in this game. He might be a liability for us. And De Jong's actually been pretty solid for us. Now we do have some physical players like Araujo, Koundé are actually pretty physical. They can obviously we saw what they did in the reverse fixture, those tackles they made. But yeah, especially the midfield though. The midfield is where I feel like we don't really have any physical players. Like all our players are more technical based than physical. So that could be.
Well, that's another point. What I saw from the highlights in the first half was that De Jong, I think this is his first game back. He's kind of getting used to.
Yeah.
Kind of getting the feel back. He was getting pressed and he was struggling against that. And so, as far as the game plan, I think Conceição might or should look at pressing De Jong.
Yeah, we know Sergio Conceição is a very good tactician. He's great with coaching. So I'm sure he would have a plan. I'm sure he probably watched some of the Rayo game as well. Probably watched some of the highlights or watched the full game and told his players to specifically man mark some players, maybe go in some players. So
the only thing that could let Porto down is the late substitutions, which have been a problem in the bigger games, and even recently it's been better, but still, Conceição does have games where he's like Gareth Southgate, where he makes substitutions late. Hoping that doesn't happen this time tomorrow.
Yeah. What's going to be kind of frustrating most of the season for Barca is that we have had a lot of unconvincing wins. A lot of our wins have been scrappy. We scored a lot of late goals this season. And a lot of the wins haven't really been deserved. We've just about got the 3 points, and we didn't play well, but we still got the 3 points, which is kind of funny because I feel like we've been turning into more of a results team than a performance team, because generally Barca is known for tiki-taka. We're generally known to be that. Now I feel like nowadays I feel like we're just trying to get the result, just trying to do any way we can to get the result, which is kind of frustrating because it's not the Barca I'm used to seeing, and I feel like the players are struggling to adapt to this new style, which is kind of frustrating in that sense, because I think we have scored a lot more late goals than we have in our previous seasons ever. A lot of goals plus the 75th minute plus, a lot of late winners, a lot of late drama. It's just difficult to see. And Matt, you remember very well in the reverse fixture, we were very lucky to win that game. Porto had a lot of chances. Remy scored an offside goal. I think he scored a bicycle kick goal. It got disallowed. Then there were penalty appeals that weren't given. And we were just very lucky to win that game. Do you agree, Matt?
You could say that, yeah.
So I just think it's going to be interesting, man, in that regard. And obviously the referee for this game tomorrow is going to be Daniel Orsato. He's an Italian referee. I don't really know him very well, so I can't really comment too much. I've generally heard, though, Italian referees are generally been pretty good. I think the referee for the last game was, I forgot, it was an English referee. I forgot his name.
Anthony Taylor.
Yeah, Anthony Taylor. I'm sure he's probably better than Anthony Taylor, right? So let's hope that VAR doesn't get involved in the game tomorrow. And yeah, players have to step up, man. Our Barca attack needs to step up, man, in this game, because
VAR should have got involved. VAR should have got involved for that first penalty incident in the reverse fixture.
Yeah,
so hopefully Hopefully it comes when it needs to come.
Yeah. And another issue I have with Barca this season is that it feels like we allow the team to start the game off better than us, and then we start to wake up, right? Which isn't sustainable, right? And Barca's attack has been so bad this season. Like Lewandowski has not really been that great this season. He's been decent. Joao Felix he was good the beginning, and now all of a sudden he's been terrible. Rafinha not really been that great. Like this attack's been underwhelming, man. So, and Cerami, man, he's a good player, man. The one thing I have confidence with is that I feel like Porto is a very good team in the sense it could create chances. They're good in the counterattack. It's just that they waste a lot of chances in the final third. That gives me some hope in this game. So, yeah, well, I mean, what do you think, Mads? Do you think Porto's wasteful in the final third?
Yeah, they were wasteful in the last game against Barcelona. The fact that for a fair while that the wins were coming by one goal did. Yeah, I was just checking. What I was saying wasn't getting cut out, but it's definite. I would start getting worried if Porto were missing two chances, 3 chances, definitely 3 chances. 2, I might feel like. But Porto can't afford to miss too many chances, especially away to Barcelona.
Yeah, definitely. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens for this game, and I'm just hoping Barca turns up for this game because it's a huge game. Man. It's a huge game of the Champions League. It's like we need to see a good performance because, like I said, man, there's a lot riding the line because I know we should be beating Antwerp, but I really don't want to take it to the final match day. I want to qualify as soon as possible, right? Because we know Barca, when the pressure is upon them, they sometimes underperform. So I'd rather, it's just better to qualify as soon as you can, right, Mats? Rather than take it to the final match day, right? So, anyways, I think that rounds up here. Do you have any further thoughts, Mats, on this one? I think I've said everything I needed to say for this game.
Aside from the scores, I think I've said everything.
Oh, I just remember something. Another issue I have with Barca is that I feel like when we're out of ideas for attack for when we score a goal and when we're desperate, we always try to do this crossing stuff. We always try to cross the ball in and try to hope we get a goal, which I'm not really a huge fan of. So hopefully we don't see that tomorrow because I really don't like to see that. It's not good, man. It's very basic stuff and it's desperation, man. Anyways, let's talk about predictions. So I think this game, I feel like what's going to happen is this. I feel like Porto will actually take the lead against us in this game. And I feel like they'll miss some chances. And then I have a feeling Barca will come back in the second half, score a goal. And I think the game is going to end in a level affair. I think this game is going to end 1-1. I think Porto will score in the first half and we'll score in the second half. We'll equalize.
Result-wise, I'm thinking something along those lines. I do my predicted lineup. Costa, I think, will start. Same with João Mario, Pepe, Cardoso. Inca, Zaidu, Sanusi should start, given that there's still no Wendell. It's hard to... There's definitely a case where it's looking 50-50 whether it's going to be a 4-3-3 or a 4-4-2. The player pool kind of suggests a 4-4-2, but as far as a matchup, there might be dangers of potentially getting exposed in some areas. Varela and Estaquio should start. I would say Nico Gonzalez, seeing as he managed to get some game time on Friday, he might start as well. And then Galeno, he got an assist on Friday. He was playing, so I think he'll come back as one of the better players. Pepe, the wide player, he's not played for a while, so I don't think he's going to start. Francisco Conceição has actually been in some good form. I think he'll also start on the right, Galeno on the left, and Taremi in the midfield. And I think I don't think Francisco Conceição, in a 4-4-2 would be that good against Barcelona in terms of setting up, and I'm not sure Pepe's ready to start on 90 minutes. And for the predictions, I've said 2 different scores on 2 different places. I do agree about Barcelona scoring. I'm also thinking 1-1, but I'm just, you know what? I'm gonna just about say that Porto escape with a 2-1 win.
Ooh, a 2-1 win. That'll be interesting. So yeah, I also forgot to say, man, I don't want to see Oriol Romeu on the pitch tomorrow. I really don't want to see that guy. It's been awful. So please.
In some ways, I'm tempted to say 1-1. But as far as Romeu, I don't think he'd be the best option for you.
Yeah. So yeah, and one last thing before we head off. Which do you prefer Porto play in a 4-4-2 or 4-2-3 for tomorrow? If you were the manager, you can decide.
I would say 4-3-3 because I think that would be better for Zaidu. I think Pepe and Cardoso will be better supported with an extra player in front. And I think it would work better for Conceição. Galeno, it could work. He could work on either formation because he does help with the fullback at times. I think I would go for 4-3-3. The only question is, who do you put for that third man midfield?
Yeah. Anyways, I think we're around up here, guys. So if you guys did enjoy today's preview, so let me know what you guys think in the comments below, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy. Remember, guys, like and subscribe to Matt's channel, which I'll leave a link to the description below. And yeah, become a member of the channel, get access to member streams. Subscribe to get notified. Turn on notification bell to get notified whenever we go live or upload a video. And yeah, I think that's going to be it for today. So if you guys did enjoy. Any last words from you, Matt, before you head off?
Let the game begin.
Yeah. Best of luck to both teams.